Yo, what is up, traders? Welcome back to another stream. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Appreciate y'all joining into the stream. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. We have NQ pushing session lows. I don't know if anybody was in here last night. We did an Asia session stream last night. I had kind of an idea of a trade. I didn't think we would get an entry until a lot later in the session, but I was interested at around 500s to 600s, and that ended up being just around the high. And this is kind of just a respective structure of this previous breakdown here. Saw a lot of strong selling momentum off of this. I believe that was Sunday night going into Monday's New York session open. That's when we saw most of this selling. And so on a retest of that structure, kind of same story again. Sellers active again, and we continue selling off. So it's a Friday, a little bit slower price action after we set this range, but I kind of would expect a break in a new low of day, just given the structure that we've set here. We're still respecting the VWAP beneath it. Pops are getting sold. It's a little rangier, a little bit more rotational, but I would expect to continue pushing lower. So we'll see what happens here. What's up, everybody? Did good, 500 of the funded. Nice, man. Love to hear it. Yeah, I had the right idea of the short last night, but I didn't wait until the level I was really interested. I got short a little prematurely with a little too much size, and even though I had the right outlook, still got smoked. So funny how that works. I want to start using a lot less size, man, because I feel like what's good, Wookie? I feel like in not an egotistical way, but I do feel like I'm right about the outlook, and I feel like a lot of us as traders agree. I think we're right about the outlook more often than not. Like at least 70-80% of the time, I feel like we have the right outlook, but we use too much size, get stopped out by something funky, and then of course it works out for us. That's how it works, isn't it? So using less size is key. Try to increase my hold times a little bit, use less size. You ever trade the 930 open? Not really. I did today and got mollywopped. That's why I don't. Had this break of structure, and I didn't expect it to be as easy as just a liquidity sweep and a 1,000-point dump or whatever it was. I think 600 points. Yeah, just didn't expect it. I was looking for a dip buy as we re-entered range. So one of the times I did trade New York Open, I usually don't. For reasons like that. But I can't really argue. I do think on a higher time frame, technically, it made a lot of sense. But it's very easy to get tricked by what you can interpret to be strong momentum right out of the open when you have that much volume. A lot of head fakes. Anyways, we're watching NQ for possible downside, more downside. This recent low is sitting at 120. We're trading 230s. Like I said, these ranges are wide. Use less size. We have a 300.5 minute range. It's pretty wild. I'm telling you, man, sizing up is so... I'm not even saying this to y'all. I'm saying it to myself. Like, sizing up is not it. It's one of those very stubborn things you have to learn. Like, I'm trying to learn it better. Gotta use less size. All right, we're at point of control in this 5-minute range, I believe. One of the points. There's like 3. I think within this 5-minute range, we're at point of control. We're at the midpoint of the range. We're going to find out very quickly here, I would think, if we get a full rotation back to the top of the range, 340s, or if we see some rejection and a retest and possible break of new session lows. We could see that. Got to sell off early, bro. I know. We were talking about it last night. I was mapping it out. I didn't think we'd get an entry. I thought short-term buyers were probably going to maintain control into the 500s, 600s. And then as soon as we got there, there was several 200-point sell-offs off of that low. So there was short entries there. It's just, I figured it would happen at midnight where we couldn't catch it on stream. Usually happens that way. You know, it usually happens that way. All right. NQ trying to rally through the midpoint of this range. And this is kind of where you watch price action closely, because you're either going to see a full rotation back to the higher range, or sellers kind of defend the midpoint if we're going to start to kind of build some more bearish structure that represents maybe lower highs right into this structure here at 28,100s. We'll see what happens. You always scale into your position? I don't always scale into them. I don't always. It really depends the setup. If I catch a really good entry, I'll try to scale into it. Can y'all hear me okay? Appreciate everybody in the stream, man. Make sure you hit the like button if you can. We'll try to catch a good trade here. Let's check out gold for a moment. Gold's just in such a violent range here. Super violent range. Crude down 2 points in the last hour for whatever reason, approaching VWAP. And Q's shaking out a little bit to the upside. Feels sketchy. Like, I want to hit the short button, but it feels sketchy. I could look for some modest target, maybe like 220s. That's still 50 points. Tremendous. That'd be a $500 trade. Highest instrument, highest conviction instrument, definitely the VWAP, man. Definitely the VWAP. 100%. Gotta be the VWAP. It's my entire, it's kind of the entire directional control indicator that I use. So that's, I mean, that's the main context of everything. Who's in control in the session? I want to be trading that away. There is moments where I'll trade the opposing flow of VWAP, but it only really in unique situations when we're very overextended. Might be an opportunity to trade in Q here back through this shelf from 280s to 230s. It's 50 points. And we're seeing a lot of rotation here. Just feels like he kind of wants to go a little bit. Yo, Ivan, welcome back. How we doing? Crude might give a bounce, yeah. Crude is off the VWAP. There might be a play there. I kind of would prefer to see a little bit of an extended breakdown under the VWAP and then play it long for a retest back into it. Does that make sense? I kind of prefer those. I call those, I have a whole guide on how to take these setups, but when we're seeing strong selling momentum into the VWAP, rather than jumping in front of that momentum and kind of trying to fade that move, I'd rather just be patient, let sellers break VWAP momentarily, and as it starts to get very extended below VWAP, then I want to look for the buy opportunity for price to come back up and retest VWAP, and then the exit would be VWAP. So kind of playing it as it breaks below it, getting long on the break to the downside of the VWAP, and letting it retrace back into the VWAP. Because you really don't often see a market move, you know, in one clean directional range from low to high through the VWAP and not give a retest, right, as it breaks either side of it. There's usually, I won't say always, but most of the time there's going to be a retest. We'll see. I think I'd be interested in taking a possible crude long around 83.20s. 83.20s, and that would put us where I could kind of put my risk below some of these overnight lows at 80. I would give it a wide stop, like 82, 82.10. I would do that. I would. I just don't know how soon we'll get there. I'll put in some orders and we'll see. Let's see. I'll put in like 5 micros on it. So if I got filled on this long, I'd be playing it back into the VWAP, and then I would have my TP around there. Already forged the new Lucid Flex. Love to hear that. Nice. Really great. Hey, traders, anybody just joining the stream, and make sure you hit the like button. Helps me out a lot. We're bringing back the consistent streams. Expect me to be here on New York session around 11 a.m. And then in the overnight sessions, I'm going to be going, 11 a.m. Central for New York session. And then in the overnight session, I'll be going live at 6 p.m. Central from now on. 7's just a little too late. 5's too early. Put it right between, I'll go live right between the Reopen and the Asia Open. That's the schedule you can expect from me from now on. And look, I'm not saying the VWAP bounce won't work either here. I think I would prefer my setup. Especially if NQ wants to start breaking through 300s, which it kind of looks like it may want to. Let me know if crude starts getting interesting because I want to see that trade work out. I'll hop back to it if I need to. Let me know if crude, I can set an alert, I suppose. Never use the alerts on TradingView. All right, we got 300s breaking on NQ now. If NQ can get above this range at 340, there's almost certainly going to be a setup at the VWAP. It's shown some strength there, though. I mean, it's shown some strength just beneath 300s. If we get a full rotation back to the top of the range, I'd let it break a little bit, then I would look to short it around the VWAP. It's set a pretty healthy range here to look for short around the VWAP. Yeah, here we go. NQ going higher here. Trying to. It's just slower price action right now for sure as we approach the top of this range. This might be a situation where if NQ can break out a little bit here, crude probably breaks down further, then I'm going to be short NQ off VWAP and long crude off VWAP. Yes, might be ready to pull down a little bit. Yeah, it's like if the idea is that we're just following the continuation of the selling out of the open that we saw, then yeah, we would set range here, then continue lower and find another leg lower. But this is doing okay so far. We'll see what happens. We have like a range within a range here. Every time we get to 300, we're backing off. Let's see if we reject here. Forty's just popping right back up. This is a weird spot. It's just a weird spot. It's hard to get short here with how slow this price action is. We're like 20 minutes accepting this range and kind of building value here. And then the risk is like just so within striking distance to have the risk at like 340. Just it feels easy enough for this market to just pop through it. I don't know. It's just weird. Weird spot. Yo, what's good, Stacks? How we doing? for what he's trying to hold for a moment. What do you like to log on here when you? I don't know, man. This is when I'm gonna go live because I'm gonna stream in the mentorship at Market Open. So this is when I go live. This is actually when I do my. This is when I trade. I mean, this is when I trade. Things are slow, but it's not always a bad thing if you expect it to be slow. It's good night. Yeah, I just prefer to trade a little later in the session. I think it's important. I think it's important to let the market structure kind of develop a little bit. It's really hard. This is for me. A lot of you guys want to be trading this, which if you do well doing it, I applaud you. For me, this is tricky sometimes. Just trading the first hour of the market before any kind of structure is developed, before any volumes developed, before we even really know who's in control of the session. There's certainly opportunities at all times, but yeah, I don't. I prefer to let the market develop a little bit, let time go a little bit, and then get active. Maybe we reject VWAP and sell new low day. I would love that. I would love to get a test of VWAP here. Maybe even pop our heads a little bit above it. That would be best case scenario. No more tick chart. I can't get the tick chart on TradingView. It's way too expensive. It's good, but it caused me to overtrade a little bit. I'd rather look at the higher time frames and be patient and pick my spots. You know. Still seeing some acceptance around 300s. Not a comfortable short yet for me. Also, this recent high is 40 points above us. I mean, that's just super easy. It's a super easy move. 5-minute candle, 5-minute candle, 70 points. So one directional candle, and we're breaking above this high. Let's go get closer to VWAP here. Yeah, tick chart. Yeah, TradingView's data is pretty poor anyway, so it would not be worth it. I agree. How much you down today, bro? Chill. The fuck? Took a $3,000 payout today, my man. Still have that order on crude, which might actually get active here. I might get tagged into that if NQ can break up a little bit. Think you can break up a little bit if crude wants to inverse that and sell off. We probably get tagged on a crude long here in a second, maybe. You think it's worth paying $600 for a 50K XFA reset? No. I think when you pay that much, it's too much emotional. It's too much emotions now in that account, I would think. I wouldn't reset an XFA. I just wouldn't do it. Too pricey. Too pricey, and then there's just so much more emotion. Blew my 50K top step funded after like 2 weeks last Monday. I was up 4.3. I can top that. I blew a top step XFA that was up $18,000 in. I didn't take one single payout on it. I was battling the damn consistency rule and then daily loss limit every single day. We do a lot of stupid stuff as traders, man. I do a lot of stupid stuff. Jeez, man, go somewhere in Q, please. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you in Q. Dude, it's horrible. It happens to me frequent. I do dumb shit all the time. I had 2 Lucid accounts that had hit the profit target, but they were like hooked up to a trade copier, and literally all I had to do was like flatten them and unsync them, and they were pretty much locked in payouts. And I decided not to, and proceeded to blow them. Phew. It makes you wonder what the hell you're thinking sometimes. Long seem to be risky. They do. They do. I just want to get to where we're going so I can get my short kick cooking. I want to get closer to the VWAP here, which feels reasonable. I feel like we can make the move. I feel like we can make the move. It's just a little bit of a pop above the VWAP. Or sorry, a little bit of pop above this range. And this range is getting very tight. Yeah. It's a nice reaction off 56. Back to 80s. See if that was the final dip before we break upside of this range. Possibly. Where you been, man? Been working on a lot of stuff, man, but I'm back now. Appreciate y'all. It's not breaking either way, is it? See, if I was trying to scalp right now, I'd be going on tilt trying to catch this move, and I get long, and it sells off, and I get stopped out, then I get short, then it pops up, and I get stopped. You know what I mean? Don't do that, man. Trust me. Learn from my mistake. That's actually one thing that I've been doing a lot better at, is not doing that BS. I don't know. I'm not shorting this. I'm not shorting it yet. I'm very open to shorting it closer to the VWAP. See if we see a bit of a value rejection. Sellers maintain control. That also lines up really well with some of these overnight lows that led to the breakdown. So we have structure there. We also have the VWAP there, and we would be following trend. More importantly than anything, I think we'd be following trend. Right? Yes. I'm done. 5,400 on this range. Like, you're up or down that, man? Because you put a sad face. I think at some point it'll explode up. Yeah, man. If I'm going off intuition, I think we probably, just given how much acceptance we're seeing around 300s, this market does seem like we want to maybe take out the highs here. We could hold range. We could take out the highs here. If we take out the highs here, I think that's best case scenario because it's giving us a better value for a short trade around, say, 28,400s. Be short another 100 points higher than this current level. Yeah, y'all be careful right now trying to kind of predict the short-term movement of the market. Let this thing go out, zoom out, trade your higher time frames, give it wider stops. You don't want to be getting caught in this 50-point back and forth. This is a kind of price action that if I was trying to scalp this and kind of like, okay, hey, I'm ready. I'm gonna get into a trade and I'm expecting it to go right here, right now, and we're gonna break out. And then as soon as I start getting into drawdown, I cut it, and I take a loss on it, and then I flip because it looks like it's going the other way. Then I flip again. Next thing you know, you're on tilt, You like house music? I like all music. I don't really like house music too much. It's just a little overstimulating. If I have the same definition as you do as far as house music, it might be a little too overstimulating, but I really listen to everything. Right now I'm listening to Biggie. All right, we got 315. Market trying to push a little bit. Don't try to predict every little price move. I've got that locked in. I was bad about it. Y'all saw when I used to be streaming and taking trades, like trying to predict every little price move, man. So I've gotten better as far as not doing that. The one thing I'm still struggling with is using too much size because I'm exercising so much patience that I'm like really striving to be very accurate with these trades and be right most of the time. And so sometimes I'll get into a trade and if I see drawdown, I'm like, no, I'm right about this. Let me add a little bit more. Let me add. The next thing I know, I'm sized in too much. That's the next thing I gotta fucking hone in, and it's a very hard one. That for me is like my guilty. I do that bad, being oversized. I do it bad. That's my main thing, man. That's really the main thing with my trading. Apart from that, I'm solid. Like I feel like I don't have many flaws. But that's a huge flaw. It's a big one, and it's probably the worst one you could have. Probably the worst one you can have. What I need to do is I need to pick one fucking account. I'll probably do this next week. I need to get one account and I need to use the Tradeovate settings, but I don't even know how to work the platform. I need to go in there and set a contract limit on my leader account and just do that way. You risk 100 to make 500, 2,000, really? And not every trade I take is like that. Usually my trade setups are like a 1-to-1, 1-to-2, but the last New York session stream that we did, we caught like a nice 1-to-3, 1-to-4. I was risking about 25 points and we got 100. Appreciate everybody hanging out here, man. Make sure I hit the like button if you guys are kind of wondering what's going on. I'm going to be waiting for a potential short here. I want to get closer to VWAP. If we continue seeing buying strength as we break above this structure at 340, I'll kind of just be patient, let this thing develop above the VWAP a little bit, then I'll be looking to short around this breakdown structure that we had form, and some of the overnight structure that we held last night. Coming into this morning, we saw sellers step in aggressively out of the open on a false breakout above that high. So a retest of structure kind of lines up with the VWAP as well, and I'll just literally be looking for the initial selling reaction. Not a huge reversal, nothing crazy. Main reason is if this continues kind of grinding higher and we just keep going, at the bare minimum, I'm expecting at least a pullback at that level for maybe a retest of value at that point. So I'm looking to catch this trade here, short. That's the main trade. I think that plays out to a high probability most of the time. Just about being patient, letting it set up. It's kind of frustrating seeing this market pop a high by like 5 points and then constantly rotate back down, but just got to be patient. What accounts are you trading? I've got 5 Lucid fundeds right now. I've got one account that's almost ready to go live, but I'm trying to get at least one payout on the other 4. And then I'm trying to get 5 TPT. I have a new rule where I'm only copy trading accounts that I can have 5 live, or I can have multiple live accounts with a prop firm. I'm only copy trading. So for me, it's Lucid. Because I find when you copy trade with a lot of these prop firms, if you do well in the sim stage, they end up transferring you live before you can really, milk the benefit of having copy traded. So I'm only copy trading with firms that allow me to have multiple live accounts. My main objective right now is the 5 live Lucid accounts. I've got 5 fundeds. One of them is on payout number 5. The other 4 have no payouts. So I got to get 1 payout to be eligible to move them all live. Got to get 1 payout on those 4 accounts. And then TPT, I'm always trying to get TPTs. Even top step. Yeah, so I'm only doing 1 top step now. Fuck all that copy trading shit. I'm only copy trading where it makes sense. Some of them just don't make sense. Having all the things by the wall. That was my Lego. That's our Lego collection, and it's now on the other side of the room. I think I'm gonna start doing some whiteboard videos, and they might make an appearance in the background. I think I'm gonna start doing some whiteboard. Y'all think y'all would like videos on a whiteboard, like old school style? How many total funded accounts do you have right now? Like 6. I had a couple funded next funded accounts that I blew last night. It's funny because I talked about exactly where I wanted to get short last night, and I got in prematurely just because I was so eager to get them to a payout that I ended up blowing them. But yeah, currently at 5. Maybe a little bit more. I have some accounts that are technically passed. I'm just waiting for the eval kind of days to be complete. Oh yeah, then I have my Top Step account, but that shit's damn near blown. Top Step is with that dude, I don't know. Top Step with the responsible trader program is just cooked. I'm just like donating money to them. I'm not really a fan of it. Donating money to them with that damn daily loss limit, the eval, daily loss limit, the funded, consistency on top of that. Like, there's just better options out there, man. Damn, like there really is. I'm just donating money to them with that shit. I did take a payout, which I put into the brokerage, but that shit got torched. Favorites. I like Take Profit Trader. I like Lucid. TBT made a change where they don't really move you live as flex. The main thing with prop firms, like I want to see how do you get live? Like what's the path there? Are they going to move you in 5 payouts? I don't want to be sim that long. I really want to get live because I see live accounts as like an asset where I can constantly, preferably, hopefully, constantly just take money out of it, you know? So Lucid offers 5 live accounts. Take Profit Trader offers 5 live accounts. Although Take Profit Trader is a bit of a pain in the ass. They don't really move you live as easily now, which is annoying. My Funded Futures is good as well. TradeFi is a good live program, so I'll try to get back there, but only with one account. I'm not going to copy trade. I'm not copy trading unless they allow me to have multiple live accounts. This is where we start building short, by the way. Give it a 100-point stop and let the value trade work the hell out. Let's go. Let it get through VWAP a little bit, preferably. Maybe just hope. Maybe that's where we snap it, but I don't know. Give the benefit of the doubt. Let it go a little higher. I don't know. This feels a little eerie. I don't really want to just get short at VWAP, although those trades work a lot. I want to see this get above VWAP and then see as buyers take control if they're able to just rip it back to the New York session range, the opening range, or if we at least see a retest of value, which I think is probably the highest probability move. If buyers can break through VWAP, we probably see a retest of value to a high level degree. And also we're following the much larger sell-off trend. I don't hate just getting short at VWAP if y'all are thinking about doing it, but I think I'd rather just wait a little bit here. Let it get above. Let the dramatics of NQ play out how they do, because we know it's dramatic. One 150K account, that's a good idea. Yeah, the copy trading is like, so you're paying, 4 or 5 times what you would for like one single eval, and you're gonna blow it a couple times, so that's kind of annoying. And then once you finally do get it funded, it's great, but like I got a couple copy traded on my funded futures, and they moved me live so fucking quick, bro. They moved me live so quick. I was like, what the hell, man? This is my first payout. The first payout I ever took with them, I got moved live. I'm like, bro. Right? Because I was trading the rapid accounts, which is like the uncapped daily payout. Like I had a couple good days. I had like 2 or 3 days where I made a couple $1,000s on 3 accounts. And then as soon as I go to take my first payout, which is like 4K on each account, so whatever, they move me live. And I'm like, bro, you're promoting this shit like I'm gonna go, like this is the vision is I'm gonna be taking these uncapped daily. Now you're putting me in a live account where I have end of day drawdown. I've got to rebuild a buffer. I'm just gonna trade one with you, my man. I'll copy trade with Lucid and TPT. And as far as I know, those are the very few amount of firms that actually offer multiple live accounts. I don't copy trade no more. I'm looking for the long-term vision. I want to have multiple live accounts, or I want to have multiple live accounts. If I'm going to copy trade, I want to have multiple live accounts. If they don't offer that, then they're only getting one account of business with me. You're ready to smack this one, right? With me? Who's ready to smack this one? Who is ready to smack this one? We need to keep an eye on crude because that. I'm gonna take this off. Crude just. I'm not that interested in it anymore with how slow it is. I'm more interested in focusing on this NQ trade. I might need to adjust my expectations. If I'm really only looking to target VWAP or the edge of the shelf, just kind of below view, I think, yeah, I would probably look to target like 70 points, 350s. If we can get short here, target a retest of this structure, probably 350. Anybody short? Anybody short yet? Is anybody short yet? I think I can probably tighten up the risk. Along 380 to 480. Follow your process, man. Preferably you're buying a pullback though, you know? We're looking for about 70 points of upside to start getting short here. I'm gonna go on Trade Sinker here because so if I'm gonna be copy trading and I'm having an issue trading too much size, I need to put contract limits on myself. So I wonder if you can do it on Trade Sinker. Risk management. I don't think I might have to do this through Tradeovate. Yeah, because I don't see contract limits. can? I don't see where. Yeah, we'll have to do it through TradeAway, which is fine. Come on, let's get there, NQ, man. Let's get there, bro. $387 is the high. Trying to hold 360s on this pullback. Just right around VWAP. Holding it. Just holding it. Sub, what's good, TB? How we doing, man? All right, so we're just seeing a blunt VWAP rejection here at the moment. It's about 40 points off the VWAP. Not bad. I would really like to see an extension above it, but it's fine. I would have liked to see the extension above it. Rip this thing higher, man. I really want us to rip this thing high. I want to get through 400. That's the best spot for me. I hope this dip gets bought because I don't want to sit through another 2 hours of sideways. Kind of just barely rejecting the VWAP. Doing all right? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I appreciate you for asking. Just being patient for the trade setups. It just might just be blueprint. It just might be a blueprint move here. Just a pretty general VWAP projection. We might just go. I mean, we might see session lows off of this. It's realistic. I hate when things are too obvious. Don't you hate when things are too obvious? You move yourself to a different room. No, I'm in the same room and just strip the background. We don't need a background, right, chat? It's the screen and me. That's all that matters here. Yeah, no, I moved the background out. Just tuning in, I saw last night you had a short marked. Yes, I did. We were talking about shorting anywhere from 500s to 600s, just within that range. Which, what are we doing? I don't need to know how to use the rectangle. Okay. Yes, we did end up getting into this range. I wish I would have just stuck to the plan and yeah, just followed it, but after we started trading in there, I just got a little heavy on the size. I got it on the initial move. I started shorting just earlier than I wanted to, because I did say high 500s, low 600s, which we got into and we rejected multiple times. But yeah, I got in there and I got in a little early on the first push. Sized in, stopped out. Just, brutal. Brutal is all I can say. Did not follow the game plan as far as the risk management went. Although the technicals that I had marked out worked out pretty well. The 600s rejected 3 or 4 times. Gave some really nice rejections, so there were some trades to be had in there. Unfortunately for me, I was just feeling the pressure a little bit. I was close to some goals on a couple different accounts, and I felt the pressure, and I got smoked. But right idea. This is coming back full circle to what I'm talking about. I need to start sizing down. So I think next trading week we're going to come in here and I'm going to have contract limits put on myself, because that's really the one missing piece of my trading is the contract limits. I go too heavy. I just go way too heavy. It's a bad habit of mine. So we're going to come in next week and have that fixed, and we're going to be... I'm really liking how I'm trading. I'm trading really well. It's just the times that I lose, they're just devastating because I'm just trading with way too much size. VWAP was perfect so far. I mean, it was perfect. From what perspective was it perfect? It was perfect if you're just looking for a scalp because you got 70 points out of it. Whether it holds for the remainder of the session and we continue trending lower, some traders would call that perfect. I would say for the initial reaction to get 70 points on a short is almost perfect. Yeah, perfect. Some other traders' definition of perfect would be if we continue rejecting VWAP, see some stronger selling and get back to session lows, that would be their perfect. But if you're an initial reaction trader like that, 70 points is pretty solid with, not much drawdown. Use an ATR contract risk calculator. I have that. I made one of those actually. I did make one of those. I think I'm just going to use I think the easiest thing for me is just to use just I think I would like to have 5 as kind of the basis size and then maybe 10 micros. Any higher than that, I start to get smoked. Use the same contract size really doesn't make sense. No, you're right. You're right, and I could be more specific and use an ATR size stop for sure. It's just I'm really just trying to get I'm really just trying to start walking up a hill that I haven't walked up before, man. So I could go and do that, or I could just kind of get on the right track with being disciplined enough to not go over the size I need to go over. But yes, I will implement that, and that's important. I like having that. Yeah, I like that. I've actually, like I said, I made one of those, but and that's great. And I probably will use it, but let me first get my wheels rolling on just being more disciplined and not sizing up. Let me use it. Let me see if for a week I can just stay on 5 micros, and then we'll use the ATR calculator for that. And yeah, it does make sense. You're not wrong about that. It totally makes sense. No, I hear you. I know that. I totally know that the ATR makes sense for that. My outlook though is right now 100 points on NQ. MNQ with 5 micros is $1,000. So I'm gonna look at it from that lens for a little bit, and then once I get disciplined that way, I'll move into that. I'll probably include that on my indicator because I did have it. I had a script wrote up for it, then I removed it. But yeah, I had a pan on it, gave me the risk and how much points I needed for my stop. Are we gonna retest a view up? Maybe we get our entry here. Fingers crossed. Definitely had to wait for it. Definitely made us wait for it. We're just blessed to not be getting chopped up in this is all. $28,508 is the ATR level for options. What does that mean? Is ATR level for options? All right, we got this high at 390. Seem to kind of be pushing back in. We might get a break, and if we do break, hopefully we trend a little bit and get this entry going at 430, 436. I have a short entry, my first. Still struggling to view up though. Still get tilt sometimes? Yeah, for sure. I do from time to time. A little bit less though when you're patient and you wait for like a couple good quality setups. There's just not as much opportunity to go on tilt. If I was trying to scalp this and I just kept taking losses, I would like the opportunity is there for me to get the window is there for me to go on tilt. If I'm only looking for a couple trades of really good quality trade setups, then I think there's just less opportunity for that to sneak in. With how slow this price action is, I'm fairly confident. There's probably some shorts that are short in this range and just haven't closed it yet. So we might get a little squeeze. We might get a little bit of short covering here. Maybe into these 420s, 430s. That's where I want to get short anyways. Let's go. Let's get a little breaky here. If we go, let's go a little bit. Let's go get 40, 50 points out of this move. That's what we want to see. Should mentorship include one-on-one coaching? No, that might come in the future, but no, not currently. Mentorship should be good to roll out next week in full force. Live trading sessions. It gives you access to the indicator, which I still need to make a guide on. I'm going to do that right after this stream. We'll do live trade reviews in there as well. Some educational resources, things like that. Just a good resource to have. But it's not fully complete. It's pretty much complete, but I do need to make a guide on this indicator. Don't make me sit through another hour of this, NQ. Let's go. Let's go get my entry, please. Please. Killing me here. Damn, bro, we might not see this entry. This is the thing that's going to be with these streams. Is I'm going to have to learn how to entertain y'all because the trade quantity is not going to be as high, but the trade quality is going to be very high. But we're not going to be getting filled most of the time, which is unfortunate. We'll see. Maybe we can get through this high and get a short fill. Yo, what's good, Gambler? Welcome back, bro. How are you been? Well, I'm still exactly there. I don't have a reason as far as the exact level. I wish I did. We're kind of front running some of these volume shelves. Anywhere in these mid 400s, I would be happy with it. Kind of retesting the structure that we broke in below at the open of the New York session. We're following the higher time frame trend for sure. And this is also, more specifically, I call this an overextension fade, where we see a really extended move into the VWAP and then a break above it. Typically what you'll see here is, we are watching buyers take control of this market or breaking above value for the session. You typically don't see the strongest rotation after a break, like all the way back to, previous structure or things like that. You'll typically see, kind of be patient, let this thing develop a little bit higher, short up against previous structure or different target that you may have, point of interest, whatever it is. And I'm looking for the retest of value. I'm looking for this to come fill me, and then I'll look for the retest of VWAP. Typically, you just won't see a full rotation, even though it's already extended off of this little all the way back up to, like, I don't know, that New York AM high. Typically, you do see a rotation within, after the break of the VWAP to the upside, you'll see a downside retest. I call it the overextension fade. Probably could have a better name, but that's kind of the setup that I'm looking for here. We'll see if we get filled on it. It's been very slow price action. 409. See if we get a fill. Hopefully we do. Been stuck in the break-even stage 2 to 3 months. How have these 3 months been for you? It's been a little tricky, man, but doing okay. Doing a little bit better. I think with how tricky the market's been, it's given me a chance to analyze things and kind of fix some issues. But yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been okay. Tricky markets, but it's always tricky, am I right? God, this price action is getting exhausting, bro. We'll take the high out by like 4 or 5 points, and then we sit in a 20-minute range. zombie mode. We're getting there, man. It is slow. Oh, man, it's slow. There is no doubt about it. This is some slow ass price action. Very slow. Guess we'll have to get used to it, man. It's gonna be what we're looking at a lot. You're just taking out these highs by like 5 points and sitting in a 20-point range. Killing me in Q. Yeah, I don't know. Being patient enough for the setup's the most important part. But at the same time, man, I've got an eval to pass. What are we doing? $410 to fucking 360. This was a break of this highs by like 10 points. He gave you 40 points on a reversal though. Like it took this high up by about 10, 15 points and gives you 40 points of downside. So nice quality. It's not really giving you like a disconnect from this recent structure to really feel confident about getting short. It's just a slow bleed up. But it's certainly doing this BS price action, isn't it? We might have to find a new hobby, chat. Not a new hobby. We might need to find a side hobby, like while we're waiting for the setups. I would suggest chess, but I would fry my brain. Totally fry my brain playing chess and trading. Music, I don't want to get copyrighted. If I take a good trade, I kind of want to clip it too, so I can't do the music. Y'all are just gonna have to have a new browser. Plus, I get copyrighted. We want the channel in good standing. We're moving a little bit. Fingers crossed. Hold on, chat. We might get filled here. It doesn't matter, man. It does not matter how long we gotta wait. It's about getting the quality trade. It's about getting the quality trade, just like I said last night. I had the level marked out last night. You had to wait till midnight to get it, but once you got it, it gave 200 points. I wonder if anybody actually got into that trade last night. Shorten those 600s, 28 600s last night. Up here. Chad, but I still don't want music because if I take a good trade, I'm going to clip it and I don't want music on it. So I'm sorry. I don't think we'll ever do music here. I know that sounds crazy and I might I might be pissing off the masses. I don't think we'll ever have music here. These things need to be these things need to be ready to go for production. So if I can't have like music in the background, unless I can find a way to extract it from the main audio, which I don't think I can. Trade full time? Unfortunately. Yeah, I do. Brown noise? I haven't heard of that one. I've heard of gray noise, blue noise. Why, unfortunately. It's kind of just a joke. Sometimes I think there's probably more fulfilling jobs out there, to be honest. I actually really love trading, but it is annoying sometimes trading. Is blue noise not a thing either? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just gray noise. Okay, we got 412s here, man. Maybe this time, just throwing this out to left field. Maybe this time when we break the session highs, we don't just break it by 5 points and then pull back 30. Maybe we can go a little bit. Let's get some oomph behind this thing. I'm a little worried with how, yeah, like kind of algo driven this price action looks that we might see a short squeeze, and if we do, I don't know how damn high we want to go on it. Because this just very much feels like you could get short here, and like some traders just would not be cutting this because of how slow it is, thinking it's going to come back into the range. So we might see some momentum on a breakout here if sellers have to cover. Which would be good because it would get closer to the entry for a short. I just don't know how much it would want to go. Maybe it wants to go more than 40 points. Would I like 460s a little bit better? Oh, we've only been waiting for this entry for like 2 hours. Just stick to the game plan here. You add size into a trade. Depends what the price action, how it plays out. Um, Sometimes, not all the time. Really depends. It's more kind of a in the moment type of thing. Depends on what it looks like. I mean, it depends on what I'd have to get a. We have to get a good reaction. It has to start going my way. Then we can talk about adding. But it depends. I do try to explain it though. When I'm in a trade, if I have a chance to add, I'll try to explain why and the thought process. But I think we've done it again. I think we took the highs out by 5 points, and now we're 20 points lower. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious, man. Sure, TP. VWAP. If I get filled short, I'm going to just target VWAP, a retest of it. We legit took out that high and just like there's literally a trade to be had here for the past hour. Every time we break a new high, just short it, short it, short it. That's how slow and rotational this price action is. Oh, God. Hey traders, appreciate y'all hanging out in the stream, man. If y'all can hit the like button, that would help tremendous. I know we have yet to take a trade, but I think it does. I think it does more good to wait for the highest quality setups and just be firing trades off. So that's what we're. I mean, that's what we're gonna be doing going forward. Come on. Come on. You ever go kind of crazy sitting at the computer screen for a while? Just sitting here staring at a screen all day cannot be good. Ugh. Floppy said, wouldn't it be funny to have something like a Get Wreck stream where you just take the most degenerate and ridiculous trades in a prop account? Yeah. You moved it from 420? I don't think it was it ever at 420? Did I have it at 420? I tend to do that a lot. Maybe I did. Did I have it there? Maybe I didn't like how much price acceptance we were seeing here, so I was like, I just want to be a little bit more picky with it. I might have put it. I did. I know for a fact I moved it, but I thought it was 43. I thought I moved it up a couple points. I could have moved it. I'm guilty of doing that. I do that a lot. I do that a lot when I'm watching price action. Sometimes I'm sitting there staring at it and I overanalyze it and I'm like, it can probably go a little higher. Sometimes I do that. It's mainly because I don't really have a super specific level. All right, hey, hold on now. Maybe we get this. Oh my God, it's gonna happen. We might have just waited 2 hours to get steamrolled here. We'll see. I'm a little scared. It does feel a bit zombie-ish. All right, short in queue for a fade back into the VWAP. Please, Lord. I'm a little nervous that this might be a short covering, though. That's the only thing I'm a little sketched out about. Good luck, for real. Don't love getting short on the first breakout candle here. Short in queue for a fade back to VWAP. Let's go. You can do it. Do you believe in miracles? since you came along, you sexy thing. I would like to get short better at 460. It's the only takeaway. Um, is this a 5 minute candle here in 5 seconds into close. I don't like how we're not seeing kind of an immediate turnaround. I think I like 5 micros. I think 5 micros is a pretty it's a good for me. I don't feel like too emotionally connected to it, so it's good. 5 micros is a nice sweet spot. And if the trades get cooking, it can get good. 100 points is about $1,000 on 5 micros, and you can get 100 points from NQ. I was hoping for a quicker turnaround here, to be honest. This is reminding me of a lot of this looks like price acceptance, the same thing that we saw before the breakout, and those just lead to continued buying. We'll see, man. I'm gonna trust the process, but shit, this thing's looking a little annoying here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 5 micros. This is just accepting here in the 60s. What is there to like about this short? I want to let it play out, but I don't love it. How could I love it? What up? What's good, Sid? How we doing? Why so strong? Why so strong? Does anybody know why we so strong? I wouldn't look for short again until we get above probably 510. We get stopped out here. Good lord. This is one of those where it caught all the shorts. I don't mind getting short where I'm at. I mean, we're at a good spot to get short. You can't hate it. But damn, could you imagine those that were short 300s? You want to know something? I don't think I'm getting stopped out of this bad boy. I don't think so. It might be time to accept that this might just be zombie mode, chat. This might be zombie mode. What a fucking rally, huh? Holy shit. I won't accept it. I will not accept it. That's some bullshit, though. I really do feel like we waited for a very high quality trade, and this thing just wants to bullshit here and rip higher. We're in that zombie mode, man. No doubt about it. Look at this thing go. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's okay, though. It's tolerable. It's only $400 loss. It's not that bad. Where's this thing headed, though, is the real question. Where are we headed? It is, isn't it? Fucking annoying a little bit. Pain in the ass. Just going directly up. Like, what are we doing? Dog ass market. It's that damn Friday price action where the computers are running full force. There's got to be a pullback, right? Look at this thing go. 380 points. I want to revenge trade the fuck out of this thing. I'd be interested in mid 500s. I don't know. I mean, it's that or this thing just completely curls vertically and just like no pullback. It's just constant buying. What do we think, guys? You get one more shot? But there's gotta be a pullback. Am I grasping at straws or am I crazy? Am I coping? Am I coping wanting to be short here? I love getting stopped out. Then we start to kind of see signs of fatigue here. Love that. Love that. Love that. My favorite thing ever. So maybe the stop was too tight. Because now we're kind of back to... We're not at my entry yet, but maybe the stop was too tight. 40-point stop. I don't know. I got short 40, which I felt comfortable with. That was like 70 points above the VWAP. Stopped out at 87. Now we're trading 60. I don't know. Maybe it was too tight, but... At that point, it does kind of look like we can just go back to the highs. Damn, now we're back at my entry. I need to... maybe the stop was too tight, yeah. Maybe I should have ran a 100-point stop. Maybe I got to bite the bullet and run a 100-point stop here on the NQ. Maybe that's what we got to do. Otherwise, we're losing trades that really haven't done much. Like, we only popped a little bit higher. I think a 100-point stop is 100-point stop. I'm laughing, but it's true. Like, you actually have to use a 100-point stop in this market to like let it kind of play out and see if you're right. You need 100 points of wiggle room, maybe even more. Because, like, really what has happened, right? We haven't done much. On the 5-minute, we inched a little bit higher. I got stopped out because I had a 40-point stop, and now we haven't really done much. At least when you're kind of looking at it from the perspective of how large this range is, like, we're looking at a very small portion of it. And because I was oversized, I wasn't oversized. This is not giving enough stuff. You actually have to run a 100-point stop. I guess. That's the only real takeaway I have, because now we're back to the entry. You got to run a 100-point stop. Anything less is just too tight. Way too tight. Oh, wow. All right. Well, going forward, we'll understand. 5 micros, 100 point stop. That gives me about a losing trade would be $1,000. So yeah. Put all 5 at once instead of building. Maybe that. Maybe 40 is just too tight though in hindsight. But like this shit was getting a little dramatic though. Too late to get in. So we tagged 502, about 40, 50 points off of that high now. See if we retest and break higher immediately. I'm gonna wait and see if we get another breakthrough 500s. Let it trend even more. Then I'll try one more. I think that should hit. Fairly confident that should hit. We took a small lot. I think I had too wide of a stop. And even if I feel like if I was still short here and I had a chance to get out at just a scratch, I might. I just don't love the price action. It feels like it does. It feels zombie mode. It feels very much zombie mode. No urgency to, no urgent selling or anything really. Just super slow and persistent buying. Yeah, 550, I would be super down to short it again. I kind of want to try a little scalp if we can get through 50s here. And then just trail it down if we can break the structure here. No, we don't want to scalp. Fuck all that. All right, well, chat. I think we missed. I think this. Yeah, I got to recess, bro. Because once again, I'm right about the trade I did, and I'm just too. I wasn't that I was too much size. It was just 40 points was too tight of a stop. So I got short 440, stopped out 480s. Now we're trading 420s. I'm trying to think without like being hard on myself because I feel like you can't do everything perfect. But 40 points is just too tight, I guess. I would agree that seems too tight. So maybe I need to run 100-point stops. Maybe I need to run 100-point stops. Because this seems to be playing out like I thought it would. I just had the stop too tight. Which is not gonna work. Because then I'm taking losses just because the stop's too tight, not because the trade is wrong. You know? 5 points. Sorry, five micros, 100-point stop. Sounds crazy, but that's what we're gonna have to rock. I try to use point stops. I try to use ATR stops. Yeah, because I'm right about the trade, and this is the main thing with me, man. If I can find the right sizing and the right risk, I'm usually right about the trades. I feel like we all are as traders. Like, we're usually pretty good at kind of identifying where the market's about to move. But if I'm in, it wasn't too much size this time. It was too tight of a risk. 5 micros, 100-point stops. That's what we're gonna rock next week, I guess. Because we can't be losing trades where we're not wrong because the stop's too tight. That's unacceptable. So it's got to be fixed. It's got to be fixed. We'll have to make a fix. All right, chat. With that, I'm going to wish y'all a happy Friday. I'll take the small loss. Come back next week with hopefully a better risk parameter kind of outline. I like 5 micros. It's good for me. I think emotionally I can handle it. It doesn't just tear the drawdown up too much. I can definitely survive a couple losses and come back from it. But I think a 100-point stop in this market is the only acceptable. I'll probably work on the ATR calculator a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But I think any stop less than 100 points is just, you're at risk of getting stopped out and then the market turning. It's just too much. Too tight. All right, guys. I'm going to kick it. I'm going to go enjoy the weekend, man. Y'all have a good day. Happy Friday. And I will see y'all on Sunday night. If y'all want to tune into the Asia session, be back Monday.